Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You know, like that. Now, welcome, man. On Saint LFC, myself, Saint. You know, like that. Started bang on time when it's me. Just know, you get me. When there's no one else, I'm just saying, nah. I'm gassing. It's normally me that's running late and that. But yeah, I had to just come and it's just me. It's a little stream of consciousness in it because I have to just get it off my chest in it. Like I have to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just flow with just rock with me in it. You know, like that. You see me? Before we even get into, well, let me get into that housekeeping in that quickly. Love everyone that jumps in. Do you get me? Love everyone that's watching Original Gang. Do you get me? I see you. Ravi inside, True Don, Mark A, Ilias, but my guys in it. Love each and every time. Please make sure you're hitting that like button in it. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Let me actually see, yeah, so that I've got the what's it called? I can check like my little count and see who's liking and that because come on, man. Little free likes and that, please, people. Like, you get me? Let's get the likes up in it. Everyone that's in here, there's not a lot of you. Like, get the likes up in it. Everyone that's in here, hit the likes, and it will reach more people. And one thing I'm gonna say as well: subscribe and all of that. Listen, I don't care in it. I won't sell my soul in it. Like, I'm just here, like doing my thing in it. That's why I came on a solo vibe in it because listen. I don't care, innit? Like, my thing will grow. People know they love the realness. I keep it real. I keep it me, innit? Like, I'm not going to suck off man pause and you get it all like rate man and positivity and all of that and top red vibes and all. Nah, it's not me, innit? I'm just going to keep it real. And I don't care. I'm not here for views and all of that. I don't care. My thing will grow as slowly or as quickly as it needs to, innit? Like, but I'm not going to sell myself, innit? I'm going to keep it 100 in it. And if you are going to be a bit offended by what man's saying, I'm telling you now, regardless of get me, I could have one man in here, I could have 100 man in here. I don't care in it. I'm telling you that it's not for you. Get me? Because I'm going to keep it 100. Cool in it. Just wanted to get that out of the way in it. Love, right? Ravi, I see you. Yo, we are washed, bro. It is very, very peak up in here. Chewed on my guy. What you telling me? A man says it's kiss the game goodbye. The Beanie Seagull told you, but hey, brother, trust them ones there, innit? Hey. All right, let's go with it. Obviously, I'm not gonna do the whole big review thing about man of the match and all of that. Who cares? I don't give a shit in it. I don't care. Listen. It's mad because the lineup, what we've got now is what we've got in it. Like, let's be honest, a bag of shit. Like, we haven't got a lot of. We've got what? When you look at the bench, when you look at what he feels, regardless of how he feels it, when you look on the bench, it is dire. It is like actual sandpaper. You know what? It's disgusting. I'm like, my lord, like the bench is woeful. We have to fill 2 goalies certain time. You know, like that. And one of them goalies is Adrian. Allow me. Hey, brother. All right. Listen. In the summer, big up certain man. Roms knows, Hassam knows. We said this is what we needed. And we knew that this team needed investment in it. I'm going to start off by saying, yeah, certain man are saying, oh, how are we so bad? And how have we got to this position? And it don't make any sense how people didn't really foresee this. Yes, we were 2 games off of the quad. Brilliant. But if we really deep it, yeah, really deep it, when it's all said and done, as close as we were to the quad, yeah, I don't think we underachieved that season. Do you know what I mean? Like, really and truly. I know it's a mad statement, but hear what I'm saying. Like, we were in it to win it, and we did what we did. And we were really just, like, pushing the limits on, and that was pushing the limits on our squad. Do you know them ones there? Because I know this, because I was in a preview with Roms when I said, I think it was against Aston Villa. I was like, yo, in my preview, I don't know as much as Klopp. I don't know as much as these man, innit? Like, I'm just doing my thing. But I can see Fabinho is run down. He is dead. Like, he's on his last legs. Allow it. leave it, like literally. Like, so whatever the lineup was, I think I might put Henderson in there. Cool. Boom, game, he's in there. Like, really? Dead for like 15 minutes and then catches the injury. I'm like, oh my Lord. Like, you could see this stuff. Thiago, been saying this. Thiago, like, we knew, like, what we were getting. Like, anyone that watches football knows about Thiago, knows that he's a baller. But you knew you were not getting a guy who was consistent because his injuries have shown you in lesser leagues, less physical leagues. They've shown you this. Do you get it? Like, so if you're in a league that's considered the best league in the world, how are you thinking that this guy, and basing your whole like you're basing your whole system around a guy who you should know is not going to give you 15 games a season? You know, like that. If that's the case and he's as techie as he is, you should be using him sporadically and forming, to get me, other like, no, we don't. And then we have people saying, oh, but like, it's not his fault. He is what he is. Like, people are telling me, oh, we should get this player to complement Thiago. Nah, you fucking dumb. How about getting a player that does maybe what Thiago does, maybe not just as well, but nearly as well, because we know that we're not going to get Thiago, innit? We know we're not going to get Thiago, but no. Cool. In the flipping summer, said, like, we need changes. These men went for Tchouaméni. Didn't get Tchouaméni. There were so many other players. Like, and let's be honest, yeah, our lack of investment in our team comes way before this summer. Like, let's be honest, it comes even we going back from when we won the league. When we won the league, we got fuck all. Cool. We won the Champions League. We got fuck all. Do you get it? We got not Curtis Jones. We got Elliot, and we got what's his name? We got Kabak and what's the other youth that was an absolute myth that we just sold to Preston or whatever, Ben Davies and these man in it. Like, then we got Diaz later on, and cool. But look at the time period. Cool. So the lack of investment, FSG, get it? We know, and I'm FSG out. Been FSG out from Wade. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. FSG out. They need to go. If you needed to hear it, there you go, in it. But at the same time, I've kind of known that FSG ain't going nowhere, in it. Especially as a fan base, we're not in a position where we're really putting much pressure on them to go. We just say it quietly, like, yeah, FSG, we could do with new owners. But really and truly, because of the success in which we're having, we're calm. We're cool with it. Me included. Get it? Like, I spent a bag of peas in the Liverpool. I got yeah, pretty much. Other than that hallucinogenic nonsense, man's got all the shirts this season, innit? And not that green one, innit? But they came before. The only thing is I got it before the window closed, innit? Because I honestly thought, yeah, get it. Like, let me do my bit. You get it? Let me do my bit for a little midfielder and that. Like, cool. Let me come out, kill two birds with one stone. You know, like that. Invest in, you get it? Whatever player that we're going to get, apparently, and look drippy at the same time. Anyways, so we got nothing. Klopp knew this. Klopp's sitting there looking, and what Klopp's coming out with is, and we can only judge Klopp. We can only judge Klopp on what he's saying. Like, at the end of the day, I can't judge Klopp on things that he's not saying. When he's coming out and he's saying that, listen, how could I get another midfielder? Look at what we got. If I get another midfielder, it's going to block our youngsters, Elliot and Curtis Jones. Okay, like, these are what he's saying. Do you get it? Like, no, we don't need no other. We're cool. Like, Don Hassam is messaging me saying, yo, brother, like, are you seeing what these man is coming out with? I said, well, what's going on? He's telling me, yo, these lots, there's things saying that we're laughing at what's it called? The people's there, like Sky Sports News and that, talking about potential transfers and that. We're just sitting there, our recruitment arms just sitting there with a beer and that, just laughing at them, like, because we know it's just some jokes in. I said, swear down. So it's the complacency and the arrogance, yeah? All right, cool. I'm with it. I said from early, what is going on? Because we have just, regardless of where we were just, and I said this to you, yeah, I literally said, like, the way we performed in the quad season was brilliant, but we got what we really deserved out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the two finals, in the cups in which we got, we didn't even score an outfield goal. Like, we never really, do you get it? We never beat any of the teams in open play. Like, so that's what I'm talking about in it. Do you get it? Like, and in terms of the league, the position as well, it was Higgy. We weren't really in like a strong position. We had to rely on City. It was mad. We all knew that one was a bit it was a bit mad. Do you get it? So we were never really, we got out of it what we really got out of it, but we took it all the way to the end. And us dickheads, fan base, this is where we as a fan base have to definitely take some of the responsibility. Is we went, yeah, we're gonna rest on those laurels. Like, yo, we nearly come close, you know. Look how close we came. We came closer than anyone else. Yeah, we're just gonna sit on that. Like, boom, bam, bam. But obviously, we played every single game, damn near every single game that season, and we enjoyed that trophy, that damn near every game trophy. But we didn't really sit down and think, yo, you know what? What would that take out of a team? What would that take out of a team who is absolutely firing on all cylinders, boom, bam, bam? Do you know what I mean? In their peak powers, to have gone so close, let alone a team that houses a 36-year-old, a 33, 34-year-old. Do you know what I mean? The injury-prone players that are injury-prone. That was the piss take on thinking about the way in which they went on in the summer. It wasn't even just the fact of like, yo, you know what? I don't think the players are good enough. I don't think Keita is good enough to get us to the next level. I don't think Ox is good enough. I don't think Curtis Jones is good enough. It wasn't even that. It's the fact that you're relying on players that they might be questionably not good enough for the system which you want, but they're definitely injury prone and might not be available for what you need them to do. That's a given. That's factual. That's not opinion based. You know them way there. So I'm like, huh? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, you're relying on men that you know are prone to being broke. How? Like, what's going on? You're not changing the system. Our system is still heavily reliant on an engine base, which is the midfield. Like, the midfield, the press, the Gergen pressing, setting traps, all of that comes from our midfield. Like, I don't understand, but you're putting all of that on players that you know, Ox, KR, Milner, Henderson. These men are old. Like, these men are Brock. Like, okay, cool. So we get into the position where summer comes now, and I'm like, no, we're gonna be absolutely dead, because really and truly, in my eyes, we should be looking to better what we've done before. We, like I said, a team that's firing on all cylinders, yeah, and had gone as far as we had, would still need refreshing, would still need be like, yo, you know what? We need tweaking. We need to, because mentally, you've gone so close, you know what I mean? Like, when you actually deep it, like, we've not beat Chelsea in any, like, you know, like that. We've not really beat these man, like, cool. And on top of that, it's us. You've gone into a Champions League final, which was probably the most important final, because like I said, yeah, the league really wasn't in our hands. The Champions League final was just a one game that we needed. And what that final would have done to our legacy, oh my diddy, crazy. But we go in there and we have the audacity to not just not win the game. We don't win the game, cool, like, whatever, in it. But the manager comes out, and he's not lying when he comes out and he says, yeah, these man, it's pretty easy to set up for these man, because they are so stringent in strategically the way they come out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad easy. Like, that's a slap in the face. Get it? Like, bro, we're that easy to set up, and we're not good enough for you to know what we're going to do and still beat you. Now we're just late. We're just playing into your hands. Outrageous. And then what the slap in the face was the last day you go and get Arthur Melo, because you realize, oh shit, nah, we're done at it. A player who you know who's a player who's prone to injuries, who's not who's not fit to cover injury-prone players. Make it make sense, bruv. The math ain't mathing. Math ain't mathing. Please make sure you slap that like button in it. Please, please, please. So listen, and I'm rolling. Like I'm not. Do you get me? I know the chat's going in. Like I will get to the chat and that, but just I'm saying, I need to, bro. I just need to get this off my chest, innit? So I said, yeah, we are not going to do squat. I come early. I was on the football terrace and I said, listen, like, and big up Monts as well, because me and Monts been going big up Big Six Bands Monts and that. We're going back and forth in it because he's trying to say that we all thought that we'd come comfortably second. And I said, no, listen, I didn't think we'd come second. I didn't know where we'd come because I'm like, raw, looking at this team, we are shag. We are absolutely abysmal. So, like, and we don't have, like, we haven't refreshed. Like, we're looking at a Man City team which is better than us and have gone arguably maybe not they ain't played as many games as us, but they've gone quite as close. Do you know what I mean? They've and yet they've refreshed in better players, the quality of players. Like, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm looking at other teams, like, thinking, huh? Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United. All right. You know what baffled me? Charity Shield baffled me. Charity Shield baffled me, bro. They done a bandooly one, man. I swear down. They done an absolute, bro, 419. Because I said, what? The performance, obviously we won it, cool. But I did say beforehand, I didn't care about winning it so much. I just wanted to see the performance in it. And a good performance, and I wanted to see us gel, because prior to that, in the pre-season which I'd been watching, we had no type of cohesion. I didn't really understand what the game plan was. We weren't playing any of the formations in which I thought that we would be evolving to, especially after losing money. Like, we were doing like 11 off at one time, 11 on. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not even seeing, I didn't see Salah and Nunez combine any type of preseason game prior to that. I'm like, I just really want to see what's going on in it. And we looked. So I said, what? So hold on a second. We might actually be onto something. You know what, yeah? I don't know as much as Klopp. I put my hands up and say that. And you must know something that I don't know. So I'm going to put it in your hands. But, if you're asking me and I'm looking, I'm like, nah, this is not it. We need in even as good as we looked in that game, I still said, look, progressively over 38 games to really challenge. And I kept saying it. This season is the most important season. I'm not going to say that because we're up in 9th or doing up 10th or wherever the hell we are. I ain't even looked at the league. Like, this season is the most important season. It's left me in a predicament where I don't even know who I want to win the league, in terms of, I had always said, if anyone other than us wins the league, it's anyone other than City win the league, then we have really flopped. These are the times when I'm like, listen, it's only us to challenge City. But now that Arsenal are doing bits, I'm thinking, yo, I might actually need Arsenal to win the league. And imagine Arsenal winning the league. Imagine what that does to you. You're thinking, what? But think about it. I'm not going to go back on my word, bro. This season was the most important season, because if their man there win the league, they've three-peated on, man. Do you understand? Do you know what that means? Do you know how, like, oh my God, do you understand what that means, bro? Like, these, man, crazy. These are the predicaments you've now put us in, because we're now doing up 9th, bro. So these is what I'm saying. So I'm saying, listen, because of that, at that stage, there's no way that Klopp's going to allow that. Klopp's not going to, he's not going to be in a position where he's going to just overlook that. He's going to, because all I've known is, yo, it's a Pep and Klopp era. We missed that on the Champions League. I'm like, oh, it's really not now. It's really not. And Pep got the league, and it's really not. But still, do you get it? And we're going into it. We let go of Origi and Minamino. Cool. You don't rate them, man. Cool. But the goals in which they had, vital to the little success in which we ended up with in a quad chasing season. You get it? Cool. Mane, obviously, you let go. Cool. I'm saying we don't really need Mane like that because I'm thinking we're going to change the system and we're going to play differently. And the way in which I'm thinking we're going to play lends itself to you maybe going to get Nunes, which I don't think is a bad acquisition. I'm just not on it as the only main acquisition, the marquee signing. That's the one you go and do, bada, boom, them, done. What? That's the potatoes to like. Do you know what I mean? You go and we've got Nunes and we've got a bad boy midfielder. No one would really be talking like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Nunes, like I said before, is the equivalent of Alvarez to Man City. Do you get it? Like if they just gone and got Alvarez, people have been like, right, okay. They went and got Alvarez, parked him. Do you know what I mean? You will come good. But right now, we need right now. Do you get it? Haaland, there you go. We got Nunes, boom, parked him. Or, do you know what I'm saying? And got something else. Do you know what I'm saying? Vlahovic or whatever, or boom. We needed to replace the goals that Origi and Taki Minamino left in it, and to put all of that onus and Mane's goals, because he then moved into, though I think that Luis Diaz was his replacement, not Nunes. I just think that he was washed on the left by that time, and moving him in to the number false nine was a masterstroke, be it by luck or whatever, but they know whatever, cool, whatever, however it came about, it was a masterstroke. But I think by that time already Luis Diaz was already his replacement. But he's good in the false nine, and the goals that he's given are impactful. So you then obviously let him go, cool, and you put Taki, Origi, and Mane's goals all on Nunes. A player who, whether you think he's good or not, anyone in the chat, anyone in the world, whatever, you're going to see this now, whoever's going to watch this on replay, whatever you think of Nunes, regardless of whether you think he's a bad boy or you think he's washed, we can all collectively agree that he is not the finished article now. You know them ones there. Like, even if you like him, you must know that, yo, this guy's going to get better. Do you get it? So you put all of the onus on a player who isn't ready now. Mad. And like my boy G says, like my boy Jerry James said, big up them man there, make sure you subscribe to their channel. You went in for Tchouaméni and came out with Darwin Núñez. I don't understand how the two correlate. How do you end up going from, do you get it? One's pretty much a polished midfielder who would have locked up your number 6 and could have been versatile enough to be help your creative side in your midfield, really lock up that midfield and help the engine. And then you would have had, but you go and get Darwin Núñez, who isn't the complete, he's rough around the edges, liable to get, do you know what I mean, do all sorts, as we've seen, gets the red card, bro. So obviously, like I said, the Charity Shield bamboozled, man. And by the Fulham game, I knew it was peak. Or to be very honest with you, like I said, by that time, the window hadn't closed. So when it did close, I knew it was peak. And I knew what was coming. And people need to really open their eyes. This is what I'm saying. Is what we're seeing now is a culmination of things that were meant to happen, because we've got, look at the squad in which we've got. Like, people are saying, oh, we're still the team that can put a run of 10 games together. No, we're not, bro. No, we're not. We've got no confidence. Like, it looks like the team aren't even buying into the same project. Like, they can't be asked, because you're asking man to run. You're asking man to, like, what's going on, bro? Like, you're putting, like, regardless of what you think of Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, and Curtis Jones, I don't care. Like, I don't care if you think they're the best thing in the world or they're dead food or whatever. Like, Carvalho is a bad boy. Like, I think he's decent, and I think he's someone that we should, do you know what I mean? We should integrate into the team slowly. He's a bad boy. Same as Elliott. I do think he's good. I think he's all right. Curtis Jones, to be very honest with you, I'm done. I just don't think he's at the level. I think his confidence is shot at this level, and I just do not think that he has. And I'm not going to lie, yeah, with Curtis Jones, I used to watch Curtis Jones in the under 18s and that, and he was a bad boy. I think technically, no one can't tell me that he's not technical. He is more technical than Harvey Elliott was. But that don't mean shit, because in the big boy game, you are unable to bring it. You're unable to, and the whole holding on to the ball, like in the game, when as soon as you come on, bro, there's a pass to Firmino that is just the easiest pass, and it's just right there. But you will hold on to the ball and do some stupidness because you're an idiot. Because deep down, you ain't got like, bro. I'm not, and it's not his fault as so much. Is it Henderson's fault? People calling Henderson, it's not Henderson's fault. Henderson's coming on and doing what Henderson is doing at an age and with the legs in which what Henderson has. It is not his fault. Milner ain't asking to be brought on. G, like, come on. It's the like how you thought you could go into a season with these man, and then you expect us to then it's like, oh whoa, like. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Like I said, if we had a team that was running on full cylinders, these men were all. We had Arsenal's team in terms of the age and everything. Do you know what I mean? Boy, even if these lot went as far as that, they're still gonna come back and be like, "Yo, listen, we can't expect them to just do the same thing. We've got to like we." This is our 6th year or something, doing the same thing with the same intensity with players that are 29. How old is Van Dijk? How old's Mo Salah? How old's like do you know what I mean? Doing the same thing, like the intensity and all of this shit, like it's crazy. Like, listen, when I corn them, man, yeah, when I corn Pep Linders for the book and all of that, all jokes aside, yeah, it wasn't the fact that like, oh, they're gonna like give away like trade secrets and all of that. Now, deep down in it, what it was an indication as to where we was as a club. Like, it was more an indication as to where we were. I always knew it was a marketing tool. I got it. So where like I've read and I've seen certain things, and I've seen like little things like the way they're bigging up certain like KR and training is our transfers and all of that. It was more where we were as a. I said, oh right, I get it. We really are complacent. We really are feeling ourselves. Like, that's what it is. Like, we really have got to the position where we're in a position to be like, no, like we can, instead of changing shit up and progressing on the and being new in our tactics and actually doing something that's actually tactical on the training ground other than fucking burpees and rondos and like that. Like, we're doing up. Look at how good we are marketing BS. I'm like, wow. How funny you would put out a book like that when you've only won each of the major trophies once in a 7-year span, and then the following season after that you're doing an 8th. Is it 8th or 9th where we are, or 10th even? Fuck knows where we are. And people are like, oh, like when I say Pep Linders needs to go, Pep Linders needs to go because, and ultimately, I'm Klopp in. Like, I'm gonna deal with this quickly before I even deal with the whole like Leeds game and all of that. Listen, I'm Klopp in because Klopp is one of the best managers out there. He's one of the best managers out there. Tactically, he's so shit, so shit, like so bad. One of the best man managers, best, like, do you know what I mean? Like, can bring out what's it called, a strategy, and can really implement it, but tactically very inept. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I do think he is one of the best out there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I rate him, but his backroom staff is killing him slowly. He's dying a bad, sad death. Like, our patterns of play, and this is why I say this, and I've been saying this for time. Please don't, like, I don't have a large audience, you get it? I don't have large, but I keep it 100, and people can go back to my streams and look. Been saying it. our patterns of play are really bad. Like there's only so much like you can do the hoof ball and get it back to get it back to Van Dijk, get it to Fabinho, get it back to Van Dijk, move it to Jones or whoever that right centre back is, and then have him ping to what's it called, to Trent, and then we'll ping a 60. Bro, it is dead, bruv. I'm telling you, it's been dead. And how man haven't clocked this, haven't tried to change this. We have no technical flair on, like, no passing. There's no one that passes and move. Like, I've been saying this, we are so stagnant, like so stagnant. It's horrible football to watch, you know. Like watching Liverpool, yeah, it's just so awful, brother. Like, it's so bad. Like, brother, the Ajax game, when I was doing a watch along, I had my hands in my head, bro. I looked up and we scored the goal. And I was like, Ross, swear down we scored, because we were absolute arse cheeks. Like, it's bad, bro. No tactical now, like literally, like we just doing up. That's why we've got man like Milner. Do you know what I mean? And man like Henderson, because in terms of fitness, they're there, bro. Do you get it? But we're not asking technical ability of these man. Like, it's crazy. No one moves the ball. No one wants to stand their man up. No one wants to, like, there's no movement around. There's no interlink. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's shocking, bro. Like it's funny because we were awful in the Ajax game, but the goals that actually, the level of goals is the type of play in which I've been on. That's what I'm talking about. The goals were amazing, but the play was shit. Like, but we don't have enough of that. It's crazy, bro. Like, so that's why I'm like, you don't deal with that. You don't deal with that. Pep Linders is supposed to deal with what goes on the training ground. Pep Linders is Klopp's right-hand man, along with the rest of them man there. Kravitz and all them man there. Like all them man. I look at the best people that have done it in their field. Do you get it? Alex Ferguson is the best to have done it in his field. I don't care what no one says in it, regardless of them being ops or whatever. He's the best to have done it in his field. And he kept it fresh. He knew. He's like, listen, I've got to keep the back room changing. Do you know what I mean? There's always a different way of football is cycles. Like, brother, we all know this. In the chat, how many times have you heard that? Football cycles. We all know this, bro. Like, I'm not some genius. This is some new thing that I'm letting you not know this. Nah, bro. Like, so how the fuck do you not know it? Like, I don't understand. Football cycles, but Ferguson knew. The way I've got to keep ahead of the cycle is by changing up things so I keep it fresh. Do you know what I mean? And I keep, do you know what I mean, the core maybe of certain things is going on. And these times here, we don't even have a doctor, rude boy, talk about keeping things fresh. Like, what? It's outrageous. Something has gone horribly wrong at our club, bro. Like, horribly wrong. I'm telling you, it's outrageous. We don't even have a fucking doctor. We're doing up NHS 24 on these, man. You know, like that. Like, listen, yo, can you tell me what's going on here? Like, outrageous, bro. But this is what I'm saying is, so you look at you look at the squad, and then you look at the type of what he's got to. But I say that to say, FSG don't pick the team. FSG don't make them subs. Like, them, like, I don't understand. Like, you bringing on Fabinho has not been great, but no one can't tell me that he was so poor that he needed to come off. Like, he was actually, and I know they had their little hissy fit, and like he's looking at man like whatever. But this is what I'm saying is, people look like they're not even playing for man. It looks like they're not even really like, they're not playing for man. Do you know them ones there? They're not buying into the program, into the program anymore. So I'm thinking, yo, like, if that's the case in that, if that's actually the case, like, why are you then bringing on, like, when people are doing half decent jobs, taking him off and bringing on Henderson? Like, you're bringing on Milner, but we're chasing the game. Like, it don't make any sense. Like, if we're rushing, man, we're doing patch-up jobs. Like, this is another thing that pisses me off as well, is the amount of games we played last season. You knew we've finished. You're not gonna top up the. You're not gonna freshen up the squad, yeah, because there isn't a compact. There isn't a season that's more compact because of a thing called the World Cup. You're going to talk about only one player in the world, Jude Bellingham, who's the only player in the world who'll be able to save us. Swear down. But he plays in that World Cup and he's going to then inflate his prices to 130. It's bullshit. It's some joke thing. And so the amount of look at the amount of man that are falling down now. Saka, like, oh, Saka's gone 3 weeks to the World Cup. The amount of games that you're playing and you thought that it was okay to still have this. That's why I'm not trying to hear no injuries. Like, I'm not trying to hear no injuries. Like, your injuries to man that are already really injury prone. You get it? Or if not injury prone, to man that are overused. And so you haven't really, whichever way you want to look at it, it's a joke team. I'm not having injuries, bro. We're shit. We've been shit. Like, it's long. Like, it's absolutely long. Hear what I'm saying, innit? Like, we'll probably fix up. Like, I don't see it personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Tottenham. But watch out what everyone will say, and what does it mean? For what? Like, for what? I bet you won't beat Napoli's B team. Like, you know, like, we are done out. There is no type of consistency because we're running on gas, bro. So, like I said, I'm Klopp in, but his back staff need to go because it is a long thing. We need to freshen up. Now, the problem lies here. Here's where the problem lies. Klopp, unfortunately, doesn't seem like the man who actually is open-minded enough to be able to be like, you know what? Things need to change. I think man's on some ride or die thing, on some real locks. Do you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm riding or dying with my back staff. If you get rid of them, you get rid of me. That type of shit. Now that would leave me to feel like, yo, then everyone's got to go. Let's just burn down the house and let's just keep it moving in it, because like, we're just stale. And the only thing is, we're a team that don't get investment. And so the only way to keep afloat is by being proactive. And we're not even doing that. We're the most reactive team in the league. Like, it don't make no sense. We're getting outrun by everyone. 11 games this season, we've been outrun by everyone. Like, we don't have the legs. Like, we're done now. And people are talking about, oh, but we can, bro. It's a shambles, bro. You know, like that. It's a shambles. Like, we're finished, bro. And I'm not saying this as like, but I'm telling you, watch us get a result against Tottenham. Watch, bro. Watch. And people be like, oh yeah, like, but it will mean nothing. I'm telling you, because what is ultimately what for us to go into January and we have the type of we have a manager and owners that are made in stingy heaven, bro. Do you know them ones there? Like, he's the type of manager where, like, he ain't really looking to invest, like, or like, I don't think he's breaking down the door saying, yo, I need this. I think he's the type of manager that's like, yeah, it's calm, I can do with what I can do, because he's loyal. His loyalty and all of that is long. We need to take, you know, like, where, like, you might, like, have, like, a granddad or, like, an old man in your family, like, he's mad old, yeah? Like, he might be a genius, you know, like an absolute shower man. You know, when you put the pieces of the chest, he's like, that's it right there. He's a shower man, but he's old, G. You know, like that. And there's certain things he can't do. Man can't drive. Take the keys away from him. Do you understand? Like, man can't cut up food. Take the knife away from him. Like, just have him sit there and just do up Sudoku. And, you know, them way there and watch up. Do you know what I mean? Like, challenge programs and beat up, what's it called? The chase and that. Just relax and don't let him do too much. That's Klopp. Do you understand? Genius, bro. Genius. But don't let him anywhere near transfers. Allow it, big man. Relax. Don't allow him anywhere near player retention. Big man, come off that. It's not your time. Relax. Do you get it? Let someone else deal with that. Do you get it? Like, because I just need him to do what he's doing, because it's too much, bro. It's too much. I think personally, Klopp was pissed that he didn't do enough to save Genie, and he put all of that of him into Hendo. Do you get it? Like, and big man, it was the wrong, bro. What this club is finished, bro. We allowed Genie Wijnaldum to go, replaced him with Thiago, and bamboozled, man, because certain men don't really know football. Like, they know football enough to know he's techie, but don't know football enough to know that, yo, this actually isn't inadequate for the type of football in which we play. The engine room in which he's coming into, this is an inadequate, like, substitution. Like, this is the sprinkles. You need something else, because if you had someone else who would, do you know what I mean, could really do, then you could do up, man, like the Sakari, the PSVU, or someone like the Sangaria or whatever his name is, and you know what I mean, someone more robust, because you would have like a Thiago's. No, you went and replaced Genie Wijnaldum with Thiago, and then you're wondering what the bro. Joe Gomez, let's get into this game, innit? Like, quickly. Fuck yeah. Like, listen, I don't know what how else I can say this, innit? I'm clopping, but I need his backroom staff to go. And if his backroom staff if the only condition is that Klopp is here because you know what I mean, he's not gonna take the bullet, then he needs to go. You know, like that. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Let me get into some of these comments, in it. Oh, mate. Assad, safe, bro. So I'm here for. You get it? Like, keep it real, innit? Like, I appreciate you, man, innit? I forever, man. Love, man. What can I say, bro? I'm just bro. I've been on loan to Wolves, like, you know, them ones that have been on loan to Arsenal. It's doing my mental health no end. Like, it's mad. But I'm here really to just. Oh, mate, the Community Shield seems like a decade ago. You were so good. I lie, Sammy. That's what I'm telling you. Like, it bamboozled, man. Like, there's no one that can say here that I for one, I'm not going to chat shit, bro. Beforehand, I was like, we're finished. We're done out. Like, I couldn't see anything in the preseason. We're done. Then I see the Community Shield. I said, yo, we might be. This guy, this is why I rate Klopp, because he knows things that I don't know. And he knows that we're going to be on some next shit. We ain't on shit. We ain't on nothing, bro. You know, like that. We ain't on absolutely nothing, bro. Brother, bro. It's a hard album, though, outside I lie. Trust me, that album's one of my faves, bro. You know, like that. But seriously, bro, we're on some. Oh, I can't even smile, bro. You know, like that. Like, nah, seriously. But love everyone that's inside, man. But let me go into this. So yeah, I'm not gonna leave here without talking about this Leeds game, innit? Big up Leeds in that. Like, they've everyone's set up. They know how to play against us, innit? They know that we've had the most counter attacks in the league, apparently. Says it all. Do you know what I mean? You can bully us in the midfield and you just get onto us. Just get Rocker, Adams, Arlison. Arlison's a bad boy still, you know. FPL might have to look into that still. But nah, listen, like, the way they were onto us, just on us. Do you get it? Like, even my youth, the one that scored the Somerville, I know he was a little idiot, like, throughout the game, throwing himself on the floor and that and getting, but that's how they knew that they had to just be on us and then just counter us and just get it. And we are just, I liked the diamond, you know, something that looks good on paper, but you're like, I don't know how it's gonna come out, because big up my boy Enny in the Forex in the GC was like, yo, we finally got the diamond I'm looking for, and it looked good. But I did say to him, I was like, yo, we look narrow, you know. Don't know if there's a lot of width. Like, we don't really have a team that has natural wingers in it. You know, them ones there. So it's crazy. If you're doing, we only have like inverted forwards, one of which is Bruck. Do you know what I'm saying? Two of which that could play that system, rather, because of Jota and Diaz are Bruck. And the other is doing up striker to, do you know what I mean, in the system. Like, so we don't have no width, like, and then we don't have any real cover, so we can't send our two creative fullbacks up because that leaves us exposed. It's a mess, bro. So we just looked like we were just getting bullied. Obviously, like Joe Gomez needs to. I don't know what's going on with Joe. Joe goes from man of the match performance against City to just absolute. And I like my man as well. Like, he looks like a cool youth. You know them way there. Like, I really do. I've got time for Joe Gomez, but his performances are shocking, bro. Like, he was absolutely dead food. One of the worst. And it's funny because in the first half, I didn't think we had that bad individual performances. I just thought we were very disjointed as a team. I just thought, you know what, like, we're just not really like, boom. Obviously, he gets the goal on that. They get the goal rather from his stupidness, and then we get the goal back. But there was other chances. Obviously, Arlinson had his chance. Nunes had his chance. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it now. To me, Nunes was a problem, but he was shit in the sense of you're only there to be a lane man. That's all I need you to be, is to put those type of chances away. So for you to not do that, it's like, what are you really there for? Like, you know, them. I personally know your limits, so I'm not there to ask much more of you than to put those type of chances away. And like, come on, that plus the one in Ajax as well. You're hitting it off the post, and I'm like, brother, like, I'm not trying to. But again, I'm not really and truly. I'm only mentioning it's not your fault, Klopp. Why are these men being put in a position where it's all on? It's this. Bro, we're done now. And then all the people that are telling saying Klopp out and that, which again, like I said, I need his back staff to go. If his back staff don't go, then he needs to go so the whole team can go. But we need to come together collectively and say, who the hell else is there that we would really want? Minding, we've got to stay in this flipping construct of the ownership. Do you know what I mean? However many men are in here, please still hit that like button, please. Do you get it? Like, who? Klopp is the most successful manager I've ever seen in my lifetime, yeah? And look at what he had to deal with. He had to deal with the war chest that came with Coutinho. What other manager, and how would you feel? Answer me this. How would you feel if we got rid of Klopp, got a next manager, and then gave him 250 mil to spend? Would you not feel like, whoa, hold on a second? So where was that for Klopp? Like, what's going on? Do you understand? And the likelihood of us getting another manager who would get that 250 mil anyways is laughable, because we all know, like, yeah, all right, that's not really happening. Do you get it? Like, so, and tell me that it would take less than 250 mil right now to sort out our team. It would. Because I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that all we need is Jude Bellingham. And Jude Bellingham in itself would probably take up about 150 mil of that. Do you get it? Like, crazy. Like, we need at least minimum three. We need at minimum 2 midfielders, but we really need 3. Because we're going to let go of some man like Ox, man like KR. Do you get it? Like, man like Curtis Jones, I'm sorry, should not be playing for the club anymore. Like, if we're a serious club, and like I said, we're a meaty club, bro. We're not a big club. We're a meaty club who've had big achievements. But if we still have aspirations of being a big club, man like Curtis Jones cannot be playing for us, because he just doesn't cut it. I'm not going to get into Curtis Jones slander, but he just doesn't cut it. I'm sorry. And really and truly, if we have aspirations of being a big club, we can't be putting the onus that we're putting on man like Elliot and Fabinho. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They are not good enough for the importance that we need. Everyone knows that young players are going to be inconsistent. They're going to be, it's one of those things. Young players they should be fearless, and they're going to be inconsistent. Jones is inconsistent and not fearless. Hangs onto the ball some long time. That's why he can go. Elliot, Carvalho are fearless, but they are going to be inconsistent. Elliot has been one of the best players, top 3 performers this season in our team. I'm not chatting shit on him, bro. He has been sick. But as good as I am at football, yeah, if I go onto the training pitch, yeah, and I'm top 3, there's a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it would be like, yo, you're doing bits. Like, you're better than these, man, but I shouldn't be. Do you get it? Like, I shouldn't be. These men should be better than man. Do you get it? This is what I'm saying. As good as they've been, and they've been good. Elliot himself has been good. For obviously Carvalho hasn't had as much opportunity in that, but he shouldn't be having as much onus on his shoulders as he has. He isn't that good. Do you get it? And he's a young youth, like, so it's not really their fault as much. But I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand where we fit, where we're supposed to be going, like what we're supposed to be doing, the changes that we did, like crazy. Like Curtis Jones was a shell of himself, like just shocking. Like I said, Nunes was, in my opinion, shocking because for what he was supposed to have done, he should have buried them chances, B. That's all you're there for. Salah, really, other than the goal, wasn't really doing much, you know, like that. Like, can't really remember much that he was involved in like that. Elliot, again, not a good game, like I said. Fabinho, all right game before he came off. What else can I say? Like, I don't really know what else to say. We are. I expect this shit. I expect this shit. And in January, what's going to be any better? I don't understand. What's going to be better in January? Like, what we need at least. We need at least minimum one player in January. Yeah, we need at least one player, one midfielder in January, because we definitely need two in the summer. Do you get it? So we can try and do it that way. But do I have any confidence? No. In the summer, we need to sort out right wing. We need to sort out what's going on with Salah. We need to sort out cover if we're keeping him. We need to sort out whether we should even be keeping him if you're going to let go of him because he's going to be in the same position. Have 2 years left and 1 year left on this. Bro, the team needs work to get it. Like, work. And I don't understand. DM, what's going on with Fabinho? That needs sorting out. Creative midfielder needs sorting out. Someone who can take the onus off of Thiago, because again, if we go into a season expecting Thiago to have more than 30 games playing, we're the dickheads, not him. Like, when he ultimately doesn't, you get it? Like, it's long. One thing I will say as well is people need to, in terms of FSG, yeah. Like, me personally, I'm not a match going fan in it. So I'm gonna do my silent protest. I ain't gonna buy no more shirts. Like, that's the last one. I like it as well because the last shirt that I'm gonna buy is the purple thing, Alisson. Without him, boom, don't know where we'd be. Again, Alisson, to be fair, maybe could have been a bit the goal. If I'm honest with you, maybe questions could be asked, but I'm never gonna ask them questions because without him this season, mad thing. So you can get the blind. You're one of the few that can get the blind because, like I said, it's mad. So he's the last shirt that I'm gonna, because I'm not gonna pump no money into these man. People that are talking FSG out and still gonna go out and, do you know what I mean, support these man, all of that. Just shut up. Do you know them ones there? Like, we actually have to come together as a fan base and put some pressure on these man's neck. So ultimately, I don't even know. Like, if we don't get fourth, I don't think we then attract the type of players that I would like us to get. But us not getting fourth will maybe unify us as a fan base more to then be like, yo, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? Like, these men need to be accountable. But I don't know, like, because we're just, I don't know. I don't know. Bro. Big up McLovin, man says 3 L's in a row incoming. Trust me, dog. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I could see that. I'm not. Man that are saying Thomas Tuchel as well, like, I don't get it. I like the football. I like good football. Do you get it? And we've had the same. We've seen Thomas Tuchel do the same thing with Chelsea. They didn't really what's it called, invest in their midfield. Like, look at what that got them. Like, nah, allow it. Big up Ravi. Bobby Firmino's leaving on a free. Yep, Bobby's leaving on a free. But like I said, like, Bobby shouldn't even be in a position that he's been in order to be the best player and having strap marks on his shoulders from holding our team up. What kind of nonsense is that? Leaving it up to a man like Bobby Firmino, like, do you get it? Bobby should be in that 10 creatively. And we should be able to have enough patterns of play in order for him to be able to feed the number 9 or feed our forwards or our wide men, so he's not having to do so much and put it all on him. Because putting him in that 10, when I've seen the best of him, we're saving his legs and all of that. Nah, like Klopp's a joker, bro. Like Klopp's like make him, bruv. Like honestly, it's yeah, bro. Paul, I hear you. Man said Liverpool and life support. You're not wrong. Leeds played the best I've seen from any team in Anfield that actually balled out and moved to fully deserved victory. To be very honest with you, yeah, like we should have won that game, especially with the chances that we had. Assad. What I would say is, as opposed to Nottingham Forest, who, with all due respect, I felt played shit. I felt we just played worse. Do you know what I mean? That's what hurt me, because I was like, these men didn't even play good. Like, I do think Leeds actually played well. Do you get it? Like, I think Leeds came out and played decent. That Arlinson guy, like, I'm telling you, like that midfield, that Rocker, Adams as well, and I think he wasn't even fully fit. That's what he's doing on 75% against us, and that it's just it's a mockery, like. So yeah, no. But I do feel like we had more than enough to beat these, man. Like, come on, man. A man said, I agree, St. Jude is not the answer. Nah, it's apparently he's the only answer. There isn't any other answers. Like, don't get it twisted. Man would love Jude. I'm not saying he's not an answer, but he is not the only answer. Like, where say, like, without Jude, oh my God, then that he's, you man are on some joke thing, man. Shout out Kismet, love my guy, man. But it's outrageous. I don't know where we go from here. Like I said, like, I don't really care, to be very honest with you. I've checked out, because it's not going to get any better. Do you know them ones there that if we're serious, yeah, if we're serious, I don't care how good Klopp is. He needs investment in his team. He needs the players to do so, and he needs to be able to come up with different styles, because this 4-3-3, it's another thing I want to say to you. Yeah? I want to leave here with. Got a lot of injuries. Now, yeah. I will acknowledge that we have got the injuries. I'm not going to acknowledge that our shagness in the league is due to those injuries. It's due to much more, but we have got a lot of injuries, which is forcing him to now have to play differently. That's the only reason where now man's having to play up the 4-2-3-1 and the diamond and all of this, because we don't have. Do you know what I mean? But if we had everyone that was fit to him, would we not be playing the 4-3-3? Is that not? Do you think he'd be making up the tactical changes that he's had to make now if he had everyone at his disposal? And I know what people are saying. People might say, oh, well, if he had everyone at his disposal, then he'd be doing better. Ultimately, I don't think he would. I think he'd be doing better than we are doing. Yes, probably we wouldn't be doing as bad. But do I think ultimately it would lead to us, which is the end game, which is stopping Man City from doing the three-peat and winning the title? No, I don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't think having Ox, having Keita available, having Jota, having Luis Diaz, ultimately playing a 4-3-3, the same football we've been trying, would lead to us winning the title. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. And if that was the case, then we shouldn't have let go of Mane. Because I always said that, letting go of Mane, if we had changed. I was talking about these type of tactical changes without having to need to do them, in terms of with the lack of players that were available to us, where we actually had no choice but to do them. Been talking about, let's change things up. Let's actually try and, because we don't have the same personnel. We don't have the tools that was needed in order to play that strategic, intensity-filled football that we were doing. This high press and all of that, in order to be able to all we do is press high, but we don't do anything else which is needed in order for that to work, which is suffocate them in the midfield, set traps, press them, so that you've always got the ball. We don't do that. We haven't got the legs. They're playing past us easily. So then the counter-attack is on. Bang. That's why we're the most counted team. No fucking this that. It don't make no sense, bro. Do you get it? Like, that's why I'm like, hold on a second. We can't do that. We can't do that. So let's change. But no, we go and get Carvalho. Like, yo, this guy is a nice 10. Bobby, been saying that from before, has the capabilities of playing the 10 nicely. So let's have him do the 10, and or Carvalho, because again, to expect what 30 games out of Bobby Firmino in any capacity would be stupid. Do you understand? Would be dumb, bro. Would be kwasiasem. That's what it would be. It'd be stupid, bro. So it's like calm. You see, like where it's like I'm thinking, okay, and then you've gone and got Nunes, which I thought would be the side dish, not the main thing. But regardless, he's here. I'm like, okay, we can play differently to get it, and we can. Cool, we've got Diaz there. We can do that. Do you know what I mean? We can do up different patterns of play. No, ultimately, I don't think we would have seen any of that shit if we had all of our players like. And that is what I'm like. You know what? These men need a slap, bro. These men need to be slapped with the dark side of the hand and wake up, bro. Things are like, wake up, man. Like, come on, bro. Wake up. Either play the same system, play the same 4-3-3 system, but get rid of the flipping pieces that you're using and get these, you get me? Get young, industrious people that can cover ground. Like, it don't make no sense. And in terms of, like I said, like again, like it seems like we're not even tactically aware, because the gang pressing that we're doing, yeah, we're not setting traps, bro. We're just chasing after, man. I swear down. Don't even sit traps no more, bro. Not like a man will move here to try and, you know, where we're at our best. We used to set traps because we knew that we wanted the ball there, because that's where we knew we'd win it. But no, we just got man just chasing the ball now. Just running after, man. They're just passing it around. Oh, mate. Cameron Elder, big at yourself. Nunes not the problem. It's the senior players are shit. Only the ones trying are Nunes, Diaz, Jota, Ibu, Allison. Well, pretty much. Same funds as City, United, and Chelsea. Klopp would be unstoppable. That's why I don't understand his status on our transfer windows. He's the fall guy if it goes wrong, and the owners will still be there. Nah, it's true, but if I'm honest with you, yeah, if Klopp was, there's a joke that's like, if Klopp was at Man City, you'd still have man like Mangala and that. You know, there ones there like certain man like it just, you know, like he would just be riding like he was actually quite cold. Who was the striker that they had? That was Dzeko, and them man like he'd you know, them ones there, like he'd still be holding on to them, man. Like, and I agree. I don't think he'd be quite as ruthless even with the funds as. And that's just my thing, because really and truly, he has deserved it at our club. And you can't tell me that. I mean, he was forefront in getting Milner the extension. He was forefront in Henderson's signature. That's why it pisses me off, because like I said, I don't think he didn't do enough for Gini Wijnaldum. And Gini Wijnaldum surpasses all of them. If we had Gini Wijnaldum now in there with, like, say, a Thiago and a Fabinho, whatever, or he could play the 6, he can, regardless of what you thought. But anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. Cameron says, get rid of Naby, Ox, Milner, Gomez, Jones, Fab. Yeah, I agree, pretty much. Get rid of all of them. If he was, the only thing with Gomez, I still keep him as fourth choice just because he can play the right-hand side. I just don't know what's going on with him, bro. And he showed in the Man City game that he has it. He has it. I've seen him in our Premier League winning season. He has it. Like, he's actually shown me. I've never seen anything other than the Everton goal from Curtis Jones. Still eating off that. If he was at Chelsea and Man City manager, he would be sacked by now. Why do Liverpool concede first? Richard, the reason why at Chelsea and Manchester City, he'd just be another manager. He'd just be another manager trying to get something that they've already had and have in abundance. They're trophy hunters. That's what they do. Do you get it? He'd just be another manager, and if he was ultimately falling short, they'd get rid of him. There's a lot of sentiment. You're talking about a manager that's done for us, something that we haven't seen. Like I said, in 30 plus years, he's the best manager that I've seen. Do you get it? So the sentiment that comes with that alone is why it's like, yo, like we've only ever won the Premier League once. He's the only manager that's got it for us. There's a lot that comes with that. Had we have won the Premier League 3 or 4 times, there wouldn't be that sentiment that we hold with Klopp that we do now. Do you get it? So that's why it'd be different in that circumstance. They get rid of him quickly. With us, it's like, oh, you get it? And in terms of why we concede first is because, like I said, we're so. I think I pretty much said it before. We're so shit in our midfield. We don't set traps. We don't press. We don't do none of that. We just chase the ball. We just honestly, and we're so narrow more time as well. We had to be, especially with the loss of Luis Diaz and that. We don't, generally speaking, even when we have Luis Diaz and Salah, like we don't have wingers. We play sometimes in a 4-3-3, especially this season, in a system that would suggest that our wingers are kind of spread out a lot more, but ultimately we don't have traditional wingers. We have inverted forwards. So that's why it don't even make sense in that system, because it's like where the beginning of the season you've had Salah rubbing his boots on the sideline. He ain't the type of player to get the ball and, do you get me, stand up his man and go to the byline and send the ball in and that. He's not a traditional winger like that. He's an inverted winger. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so we don't really have wingers. And now that we don't even have that option, we don't even have a Luis Diaz or nothing like that. We're having to play Salah, do you know what I mean, up front in that. We don't have no width. So, like, we're very congested. We don't really know. We don't look after the ball at all. We don't look after the ball at all. We are dead. We don't look after the ball, bro. I swear down. It's like hot potato in there, bro. We can't do more than 5 passes to each other. We are shit. And so it's very easy. And then on top of that, we haven't adapted to that and maybe said, yo, you know what? Like, we need to maybe fall back a bit. We're still trying to do up pressing. You know, them ones there. Like, imagine say like we're fighting and we get thumped in the face. Bah! Like, we get thumped in the eye. Boom! And we can't see. We've only got one eye. But our thing, and we're still just moving forward in the same vein that we were before. We can only see 50%. We can't see like we could before. We're still just moving straight. Like, we're not going to sit down and think, raw, we got thumped in the eye. Let's recalibrate. Let's maybe go on the defensive a little bit. And you get me? Counter thing. You get me? No, we'll just keep on. We're just going to get knocked out. Boom. You get it? That's what we're doing. We're on a joke team. We can't really deal with the midfield, but we're still trying to do up, pressing up. Yeah, let's just press up. Let's just keep the line up to the high. You get me? High line and try and suffocate these men. Suffocate what? Suffocate who? There's bare holes in the bag, bro. They can breathe. You know them way there. Just bang, bang, bang around us. Counter. Boom. They score. That's why. So it is what it is, bro. We're shit, bro. Yeah, man. LFC, I never thought I'd be saying this, but we miss Cater. It's a sad state of affairs. We don't even miss Cater, bro. You don't miss Cater. You're just sad you're just sad with what you're seeing. So Cater is something new. You don't actually miss Cater. I'm telling you, because you haven't seen enough of Cater in order to miss him, anyways. Last season was the only season that you saw him play as consistent as anything. But you don't really miss him like that. You know, like that. He's shit, but I'm telling you, he can go. And man says, who is responsible for Liverpool's downfall in the EPL? FSG, Klopp, and the players. Literally, bro, it's a mixture. And I know it's easy for me to say that, but I'm telling you, like, FSG because of the lack of investment, Klopp because of the loyalty. Do you know what I mean? In terms of his loyalty to certain players is outrageous. They shouldn't have still even be here. Like, Cater shouldn't be here, Ox shouldn't be here. And that's on him. Do you get it? But then the lack of investment as well is outrageous on FSG's part. And then the players, like, but we're moving so shit as a team. I can't really put it on the players as such. I feel like maybe it's not like they're down in tools, but they're just like, we can't do this no more. You know, the ones there, we can't do this no more, bro. Like, you can't expect, as fast as Usain Bolt has ran before, you think you can try and get Usain Bolt to try and run sub 10 seconds now. Now, man's probably got a little gut. Like, you know, he's been living life, enjoy it. It's like, brother, I don't care what I was doing back in the day. Man can't do it now. Needs to adapt. Man, you get it? These men are like, we can't do this, bruv. You're asking us to do the same shit. It's all long, bruv. Like, get it? Like, we did it last season. I get we did it last season, but that was then, innit? And we was at our max. Like, now, we need a change, bro. We need a rest. It's long. And you're like, no. Still, like, sentimentals, joke things. So I feel like the players, if it was just one or two man that was Sheg, maybe I could put it on the players. Trent, dead. Van Dijk, man said, I was watching Monster's channel, man said, Virgil van der Klein. Brother, I'll die. Dead. Do you know what I mean? Van Dior and that. Who else? Simicast's not really been the player that we all thought, let's be honest. Fabinho, dead. Henderson shouldn't really be playing. Henderson isn't as bad as people are making it out. It just, again, he shouldn't be playing, bro. He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be the owner shouldn't be on him like that. Salah has been quiet, off form. Look how many players I'm going through right now. How can I then? It's all of us, isn't it? Do you get it's the system, bruv. It's a long thing. Yeah, like Introvert Audio says, man, we need some fresh reinforcements, and we've been needed that. This isn't new. And now we're paying the price for that, man. So it is what it is, man. But listen, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Love for everyone that's jumped in. Please hit the like button on your way out. We wasn't even playing that well last season, to be fair. 3 finals, 0 goals, and we didn't have a top 4 team. This is what I said. I said that earlier, bro. Like, definitely, I said that. We got out of the quad season what we deserve to get out of it. Like, you know, them ones there. We don't really and truly. I don't think we were in it till the end, but we didn't overachieve or anything like that, or underachieve. Like, we got what out of it, what I think we were never really going to get the quad like that. We were just in it till the end to be like, yeah, with the football that we played was deserving of the trophies in which we came out with. Did you get it? So it is what it is. But yeah, now listen, Sunday, I know you lot got come on, big up yourself each and every time. I am going to be back tomorrow at some point doing a quick preview for the Napoli game. Watch us get absolutely corned by Napoli's B team, bro. You know, like that. Put us on in a spliff. And obviously I'll go into a little bit more detail tomorrow. But what type of B team do we have? Are you dumb? Like, what type of B team do we have? But I said, oh, look on our bench, bro. It is putrid, brother. Like, it is mad. What type of B team? Like, the type of B team we've got, yeah, Napoli will look at us like, are you taking the piss? And we wouldn't even be. We'll be like, no, we're not, big man. I swear down, that's all we've got. Like, that's all we can. We'll be like, you think we're some joke team? Like, no. Swear down, brother. I swear down, like, joked. Bro, we are finished. We are absolutely finished. But yeah, listen, I will. Hey, come on, Hendo. Love each and every time. It's been a while. It's nice to see you back, man. I will be back tomorrow. I think it'll probably be about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But please make sure you turn your post notifications on in it for me, because YouTube been doing my channel crazy, man, and my things ain't been getting out. I've been even trying to monitor it. Like, even when I put this up and I'm like, why is it not showing? And so please turn your post notifications on and try and, you know what I mean, help me. And like I said, man, share the things. Please hit the like button. All of that. Love everyone. Have a great Sunday. Have a great, do you know what I mean, beginning of your week. Be good. Be safe. I'll see you next time. Get me?